Hello everyone, I'm Ausyellow, and welcome back to Formula Poor. Race number 6. Has been a while since I've made any video. This time, Ferrari's Michael Schumacher will be in 22nd position, and we will... I was running a test on that. We'll be racing in Hungary. I need to set everything up because there's been a couple issues. The game was updated, but this is still the previous version, so there are tons of crashes in Montreal, which is sort of what I want. Because there's not really many crashes everywhere else. So I need to adjust this. I set lap records. And only on one track has my lap record been beaten, and that track in particular is Marina Bay. Lewis Ham set a time of 1:20.816, and I set a time of 1:21.95. So, yeah. Anyway, that's Sally Snowball. Is in pole position, followed by Soft-Paws and Lewis Ham. And then Tuxedo Noki, the other racing paw, is really high up there. Not the greatest outlook for their current main competitors, Klornigzarg. Sally Snowball, followed by Kitty Soft-Paws, Lewis Ham, Tuxedo Noki, hopefully I've done everything right, Macho Gatto, Alan Post, Max Verstappen, Purton Senna, Roxy Tundra, Willow Wolf in P10, Nelson Pupket, Fernando Alonso, Nigel Barksall, Whisper Wolf, again on hard tyres, Bark Lauder, Jake Villeneuve, Angel Frost, Sebastian Vettel, Oliver Behrman, Goldie Iris, Phoebe Fittipaldi, and Michael Schumacher. Now, as usual, go for soft tyres. This is the Hungaroring, where we shall be racing. 5 lights are on, and now 5 lights are off. It's lights out, and away we go. Sally Snowball, that is Sally Snowball, gets away well. Lewis Ham is the other Mercedes Petronas on medium tyres, but Jake Villeneuve gets a 5-second time penalty. I'm not surprised there. Tuxedo Noki took the lead into the first corner. We are 3 wide around the first 2 corners, with Kitty Soft-Paws sitting nicely in the middle, but Soft-Paws goes straight ahead into the lead. Both of the racing paws there are defending against anyone behind. And as of now, the position seemed to be stuck with Sally Snowball even being the lead racing paw, even though Tuxedo Noki is currently leading the championship. I think. I don't know. It's been a while. I couldn't get... for some reason, I was just on read only for Excel, so I couldn't do any of the statistics or even get it up for this race. That looked like a pretty nice dive around the outside for Angel Frost, but Bark Lauder held it together on the inside. And then through the first lap they go. The top 3 not changing positions, with Alan Post up there as well. Fernando Alonso, 5-second time penalty for causing some form of a collision. Sally Snowball steals Soft-Paw's fastest lap. I do not think that is close to my fastest lap. That was a 1:12. Schumacher goes fastest in the 3rd sector. Hungaroring. 5-second time penalty again to Jake Villeneuve. His race is completely done for now. I managed a 1:05.0099. So yeah, chances are that's not going to get beaten around here. Moves do look like they're being made here, and Sally Snowball tries to go up the inside into turn 4, running Kitty Soft-Paws very wide on the exit of turn 4 there. And then Kitty Soft-Paws tried to make the overtake into the input of the chicane there, but was not able to. I mean, what a move for the lead. The top 3, I think, qualified in this order as well. Sally Snowball sets the fastest second sector as well after the overtake. I think that the top 3 drivers do have a skill level of 10. I'm not 100% sure about Porsche, but I'm fairly confident that the top 3 have a driver skill level of 10, which doesn't really mean much. Sally Snowball sets the fastest lap, stealing it from Tuxedo Noki. But in the interest of the championship, they should swap places, but chances of that happening as of right now are unknown, because we've only just started the race. We are 10% of the way through the entire race. Purton Senna, very close to Lewis Ham, looked to the outside of both of the corners into sector 2. Now with ERS, tried to go on the inside of that chicane, but it wasn't able to keep the move together. For some reason, we decided to pan to someone else who wasn't crashing or trying to do some overtake. And I mean, now we're sort of stuck in an awkward position, because for the game to get better, and hopefully the viewing pylon and all of that stuff to get better, you need to go into later versions, but the later versions remove all of the big crashes in Montreal. I think the only way I'm going to go into later versions is if I start experimenting with the current versions and seeing if crashes are more likely, or if they do like a massive overhaul to this spectator mode, then I'll upgrade to later versions. And Purton Senna had the inside line into the first corner, got past Lewis Ham, but then both Ham and Macho Gatto were able to take the position back on this second straight. Willow Wolf might be looking for an attack now after setting the fastest first sector. There's Angel Frost for Renhout. Renhout and Wolfton Martin, I always get a little bit confused, but them two have not really been fighting as strongly as I would have expected them to, especially after the first race, because it was Willow versus Frost versus someone else, and then Jake Villeneuve came along and took P2. I think it might have been Fittipaldi, but either way, it was quite a fierce battle in Imola. Which eventually led to the first victor being Willow Wolf, the first driver to actually take the checkered flag first. The weather is turning incredibly British in Hungary right now. However, it is not raining. What I mean is the sky looks disgusting. As of right now, it is September. It is cold. There's no clouds in the sky, and it is just windy. In the UK, well, where I am right now, even the top 3 as well. None of the top 3 have pitted just yet. I say that, it looks like Kitty Softpaws is in the pits. Neither of the Racing Paws have pitted yet, which is worrying for them. Tuxedo Noki is in the lead. Tuxedo Noki must have overtaken Snowball. I don't know how I missed that. Goldie Iris is also pitted as well. And would you look at that? Oh, good lord. Alain Prost is ahead of Kitty Softpaws, even though Prost pitted earlier. I think that might be the strategy this time. Tuxedo Noki has lost the position to Lewis Ham. Why are we looking at battles towards the back end of the field? We want to be looking up here. Lewis Ham might be able to take the lead of the race. Depends on which of the top 3 drivers pit. It's going to be a good race for Racing Paw. It's going to be a good race for Ferrari, by the looks of things. It's also going to be a very good race for Mercedes Petronas, but it is difficult to say as of now. Shoesnacker still unable to get past Alonso, and look at this, Lewis Ham fighting down to the first corner against Sally Snowball, who was in the lead. Lewis Ham has taken the lead now. Tuxedo Noki steals the position from her teammate. That's, if anything, what they want, but Snowball manages to get it back. It's going to be a 4-car battle for the lead, but certainly not for track position, given the gigantic tyre differences between the lot of them. Purton Senna is unable to enter the battle here because he's just too far back. Willow has pitted as well and wound up behind Softpaws by a fair margin. A pretty large margin. Alonso has pitted, Shoe Snacker has also pitted, and they managed to end up ahead of Goldie Iris. Going back to the front end of the field, Tuxedo Noki has fallen behind Macho Gatto, and Macho Gatto might make the move up the inside of the 90-degree corner there. Snowball ran wide and has the inside line onto the penultimate hairpin. No overtake has occurred there. And the Racing Paws are still not pitting. They're trying to extend the time on the medium tyres, because pitting for medium tyres around about now, you're certainly going to be struggling throughout the entire race. If anything, like pitting for hard tyres seems like the better option. Pupcat has also gone into the pits. And might be behind Goldie Iris. And look at this gap that Macho Gatto is creating to Tuxedo Noki as Gatto goes to the inside of the entrance of the chicane, but doesn't seem to have a sticking move. But on the slightly larger chicane, manages to get past and just holds on to P2. Yes. Alan Post and Kitty Softpaws fighting their way through the field. What a battle this is! 5-second time penalty for Softpaws for causing a collision. I would hardly call that a collision because no one has crashed. And look at this. Kitty Softpaws and an almost 3 wide has the inside line and gets past Phoebe Fittipaldi up into a most certain track position lead. Yes, an incredible move with like a 5-car battle there. Sebastian Vett is just behind Nigel Barksall, and Post is fighting against Fittipaldi and manages to stay ahead. Softpaws is ahead of Bearman as well, even with a 5-second time penalty, and the two of them are fighting somewhere else in the second sector. And this fighting has allowed Paws to catch up, but I don't think we'll be able to get past Softpaws by the end of this lap. Not that that matters anyway. Willow is now up into P4. That looks like an incredibly promising position for the Klonigsags. Whisper is dead ahead, but probably will not be getting any points or any major points for the team. Willow certainly needs this. I think it is quite uncommon around this track for crashes, contact in general, or punctures, so there's going to be no race tragedies. Lewis Ham has pitted for soft tyres. Lewis Ham has pitted for soft tyres and is in P21 currently. Why is Lewis Ham on soft tyres? We're not even, we're almost 50% of the way through the race, but he took medium tyres halfway through, or less than halfway through the race. Why is he on soft tyres? Oh, the AI is so weird. It's so amazing. I mean, if we could rewind and rewatch multiple angles, which is something that I really want implemented into this, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But if we can get something like that, that would be absolutely brilliant, just so we can thoroughly analyze what's going on here, and also analyze some of the overtakes that we might have missed, because for some reason the computer thinks we should look at some racer at the very back of the pack. Shoe Snacker as well, we also missed this overtake, is up into... What was that? Oh, everyone is pitting! Everyone is pitting! I think the intermediate tyres are coming out. Oh my goodness, Lewis Ham and Sebastian Vet's race has just been completely mucked up. The Koenigsegg's shall have the best outcome here. The Koenigsegg shall have the best outcome here going on to intermediate tyres. Oh, actually, maybe not. It doesn't. It looks like they're sort of stuck. That's unusual for the Koenigsegg's, especially when they're right at the very end of the pit lane. Alain Prost comes out with the lead. Kitty Softpaws unfortunately lost out there for being at the very start of the pit wall, but you can't really do anything about that, nor can you swap around the positions easily. Where is Tuxedo Noki? P7, Whisper is in P9, so it looks like it's going to be double points for Koenigsegg's, who took away the double point opportunity from both Racing Paw and oh my goodness, Mercedes Petronas. And look at this, Bark Lauda is up there as well. An incredible performance, an incredible outcome for some of these teams. Shoe Snacker is up into second. What? What a race! And I mean, now we're all on equal tyres, but Shoe Snacker will certainly be faster, especially with that differential setup. Despite him having a skill level of 9, I'm pretty sure I mentioned Porsche might have a higher skill level, or like be one of half the drivers in the grid with a skill level of 10. Snowball is completely done for in P18. There's almost nothing you could have done about that. The grid was too grouped up together, so there was tons and tons of traffic. And it affected like all teams. It might have benefited a couple here and there, but it has certainly affected all teams here. And that is Snowball, who has pretty much had enough, going to the inside of the first chicane and looks to have secured the position from Jake Villeneuve. I do not think that Jake Villeneuve can fight back. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So Sally Snowball up into 17th position. 10 positions ahead is Tuxedo Noki. It doesn't look like they're going to be getting many places. Softpaws will unfortunately be donating the podium spot to Willow as it currently stands. You do not need to pit whatsoever on intermediate tyres. If it starts raining at the beginning of the race, you can go from start to finish on intermediate tyres very, very easily, and also on wet tyres as well, because like the way it works is you have actually, I think I can showcase this here. What is a very good looking perspective? Well, anyway, on the dash right now, or on the wheel even, you have tyre temperature, which is so difficult to keep up on intermediate tyres. Just next to it is a number, which is tyre percentage. That's like tyre wear and all of that stuff. Starts off at 100, and it's honestly beautiful for like the first 20%. When it gets into the 70s, it gets quite difficult to drive. For me, it's rather unbearable in the 60s, but I can try to go lower. You definitely see a dip in performance when you get into the 70s. 60s and 50s and 40s and all of that stuff is absolutely horrendous to drive. And like you usually approach them percentages when you get like it's after like 5 or 10 laps on the soft tires, but on the intermediate and the hard on the intermediate and the wet tires, I don't think I've ever gotten the tires below 70%, and that was after like 20 or so laps. So they are incredibly durable. But all should be well. It took me ages to get onto Excel. It took me like 2 days to figure out the problem. And once I figured out the problem, I solved it in like 6 seconds. So, yeah, that's why I'm a little bit delayed. The back of the pack is going into the pits. The wet weather is over. And actually, what is going to happen in the pits, especially with some of the teams... Are they far apart to not be in the way of anything? What about Shoe Snacker? Shoe Snacker has no problems. Porsche should have no problems as well. I don't think the Koenigsegg should have a problem either, despite them pretty much double stacking. Willow in and out of the pits without a problem. The top 4 remain as they are. Bark Louder, the top 5, the top 7, top 9, top 10 remain as they are. I don't remember who was in P11 last time, but what an outcome, especially for some of the higher teams. Willow is on medium tyres. Whisper is on the soft tyres. Of course. Why is Whisper doing all of the weird tyre choices? But will the medium tyres be able to take it to the end of the race? I do not know. We're approaching 60% of the way through the whole race. Yes, it's just multiples of 7. It's not that complicated. Post and Shoe Snacker race off into the distance on soft tyres. The race now re-begins in dry conditions. And I mean, even now, if Porsche just decided to pit for no other reason whatsoever, that's P17. This track actually is really short for some reason, and I don't know why, because like I think they're just giving the illusion that it's incredibly short. We've hit the 60% mark. I'm out of water. Can we get a Doppler system? Shoe Snacker sets the fastest lap, trying to make the move on Post. Behrman sets the fastest second sector. Shoe Snacker with that was DRS then, no sign of ERS, I don't think. Tried to make the move, and going into turn 4, Shoe Snacker leads the race from last place. This looks like another driver who's going to start last and finish in first place. No penalties as well. My question is, will anyone be able to take fastest lap, or will Shoe Snacker come away with the Grand Slam, which is something I need to look into, because like the gold, silver and bronze Apocalypse trophies in Phasmophobia, I was thinking of doing a gold, silver, bronze and platinum Grand Slam achievement. Bronze trophy requires you to get 2 of the 5 criteria. Silver is 3, gold is 4, platinum is all 5. The 5 criteria in particular are: number 1, lead every single lap, so cross the finish line in first place, get fastest lap, get pole position, win the race. What else was there? Oh, yeah. And then the 5th criteria, overlap every single car before the finish. So, yeah, platinum is incredibly unlikely, and I don't think has ever happened in real life. Gold Grand Slam has obviously happened in real life here and there. Lauda is in the pits for the 3rd time to get rid of them incredibly old soft tyres. Shoe Snacker and Post haven't pitted yet. It looks like they can only just about hold on. Angel Frost is sparring against Goldie Iris and takes 10th position. That is quite a threat to the Klornexargs, with Willow Whisper Wolf in P9. Doesn't seem to be piggybacking off of anyone else's time penalties. Tuxedo Noki trying to get up into 5th position for full-on damage limitation here, and does so. Ahead of Fernando Alonso. Now has to close down the gap to the other Klornexarg. Willow, the battle for 4th position is actually a battle for the position on the podium due to Softpaw's unfortunate and untimely time penalty. Assuming that Willow can stay within the gap, certainly not out of doubt. And Shoe Snacker goes into the pits. I need to note that down. Pitting like 3 laps before the end, 4 laps before the end. Bark Louder is back into the points again, who was fighting against Lewis Ham, and Bark Louder is on newer medium tyres. This is where one must sit forward for commentating, because this is where it gets insanely chaotic and interesting. Frost unable to take the position from Purton Senna. I don't know if Purton Senna was smart and pitted for soft tyres, or is just on incredibly old soft tyres. We can actually check. Those are old soft tyres. Those are very, very old soft tyres. 48%. Meanwhile, the 87% from hard tyres on Angel Frost are pulling together. Shoesnacker is up into P3. Why didn't we see this? Shoesnacker has completely obliterated the Klornigzarg of Willow Wolf, and Willow Wolf is onto the podium like on merit. And as Alan Post pits finally and loses just tons of positions, I think that that move there has just costed Lotus Whiskers there a double point finish. That right there is Shoesnacker with quite a large gap between Willow, but Willow is also quite safe with the large gap between herself and Noki. But unfortunately, Softpaws will lose several positions, actually maybe winding up in P4, which is not that bad because of the 5-second time penalty, but loses the race victory here as we are on lap 69. Everyone has to say nice, don't they? You can tell I'm just incredibly fed up with that stupid 69 joke and all of that stuff. And here is the battle for the lead. Not the resultant lead, though, due to time penalties. But Shoesnacker takes the lead going into the final lap. And I wonder who's going to be able to challenge for fastest lap at this time. Shoesnacker probably has the energy to do it. I've no idea what I'm checking here. 19, losing tons and tons of ERS as we speak by design. Lauda on the inside of Senna, Burton Senna, yeah. For points, I keep thinking that Senna has had some cat or dog pun into his last name, but no, that's only Prost, who is Prost in real life. Shoesnacker sets the fastest first sector and is completely escaping Kitty Softpaws here. Alan Post sets the fastest first sector, stealing it from Shoesnacker. It is entirely possible here for Shoesnacker to get the bronze Grand Slam from fastest lap and first place finish, which is quite difficult. I think we have had a bronze Grand Slam winner for pole position and first place finish from someone. Either way, Michael Shoesnacker from last on the grid wins at, where is this? Hungaroring, and sets the fastest lap in doing so. Kitty Softpaws comes across in second place, but obviously that will be taken away later on. But will it still be a podium? Alonso, it will be a podium because Fernando Alonso, with a 5-second time penalty, finishes ahead of Tuxedo Noki, but that will obviously change. Alan Post in P6, unable to do what Shoesnacker did for pitting a little bit too late there. Phoebe Fittipaldi nicks the fastest lap. Everyone is able to take the fastest lap. 1 minute 10 dead. I am absolutely going crazy on this chair right now. I'm just moving backwards and forwards, sitting completely upright, not using the backrest on the chair. What a finish to the race. Lauda is in the points. Gatto's in the points, Senna's in the points. Double point finish for Ferrari. Race result. Oh, wow, that's a pretty long time. I have been recording for this whole time. Thank God. Because for some reason, I just forgot that I might have been recording then. Had fastest lap for a majority of the race. But Michael Shoesnacker, unfortunately, lost it at the very end. But takes first place and is the second driver to go from last all the way to first. And the first time this happened, Whisper Wolf was in second place, but now it is Willow Wolf in second place on the podium. Kitty Softpaws manages to stay on podium, only losing one position from her starting spots as well. Willow Wolf gained a few positions there. Michael Shoesnacker gained as many as you can get there with an incredible race from the German driver there. What a race overall. Unfortunately, tailwind races, no points there. But for Wifton Martin, I think it was Phoebe Fittipaldi set the fastest lap, 1 minute dead. Otherwise, that is an incredibly good race. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Double points for Renhout Klornigzarg. Just missed out. I completely missed that. Koenigsegg missed out on the double points. Mercedes Petronas unfortunately had it, but then also missed out. Lotus Whiskers with the double points as well. Racing Paw were incredibly dominant, but completely lost it towards the end with Sally Snowball in P20 somehow. That is the conclusion of this race. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. Up next, the next two races shall be in Baku and then Montreal, which is Monaco. Two street circuits coming up next. There's probably going to be tons of crashes in that. I don't know because I haven't recorded it yet, obviously. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And all of that stuff.